Hey everybody, better late than never. I had technical difficulty and couldn't get on, but I'm finally on and I'm so excited to see you all today. I'm going to do the cheerful box opening, which is always one of my favorite things to do. So if you are on and you are a cheerful box subscriber, you already have your box, and I would love to know which is your favorite. So the cheerful box is a cookie decorating kit that comes right to you in the mail every month. And or you can buy a one-time box. You save and you get some more things if you do the subscription. But if you want to try us out too, you're welcome to do that. But I want to share with you all the new box. So the first thing when you open up the box, and I am ordering custom boxes, which is super exciting. So starting next month, you'll start getting some really fun boxes in the mail. But the first thing that you get is you get a cookie cutter storage bag, and it's the place where you can put all of the cookie cutters that come in the box. Because do you ever pick up a cookie cutter and you say, I have no idea what that is? So you put it on the Facebook group and you ask people, what is this cookie cutter? Well, I don't want that to happen. So we include this. And now it says cookie cutter storage bag because we think maybe some of you have opened it up and thought, why did Lauren put this bag in here? Secondly, you're going to get 6 large cookie cutters. You're also going to get, oh, it fell on the floor. Hold on. Hold, please. You're going to get the QR code and the sheet that will show you how to decorate all of the cookies in the box. My alarm's going off. So you just aim your phone here and that will take you to my YouTube channel. And only subscribers or people that buy the box can see the video. But I take you step by step on how to decorate every single cookie in the box. You also get a supply list, so the colors, the supplies that you need. And so we set you up for success. Now, who is ready to see the designs? Be sure and say hi so I don't feel like I'm all alone out here in Instagram world. So this box is the wedding box, and we did a wedding box because we wanted to include some different things just besides holidays. So this year we're going to include a birthday box, which is going to be, hey Lori, which is going to be next month. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to tell you all more about that here in just a little bit. We're also going to include a baby box at some point, probably this summer. Some really fun things happening this month. So first of all, let's look at the very first cutter. It's this one, and you're probably thinking, yes, what is this? Hello, Heather. We always send you a stencil that goes with one of the cookie cutters. And this month, it is the bride-to-be stencil that goes with the cutter. And I'm going to show you what that cookie looks like. It's right here. And I show you exactly how to do this technique. This cookie takes 0 time, literally. It's super quick. Deborah, I'm so excited. I hope that you love this box. It was fun to do something besides just a holiday. So that's the first one. The second one is the dress cookie cutter. Now, another thing that we have started is we write, no, or not write, but we have all of the names of the cookie cutters printed on the side of the cookie cutters now, so that if you pick it up, you'll know exactly what it is. And so we hope that helps. We also have comfort handles and 2 wall thickness cutters. All that means is if you have really thick cookie dough, this cookie dough cutter is not going to break. It is not going to split. We also invested in some very high-end printers. So these cookies cutters are very, very good quality. Don't put them in the dishwasher though, because cookie cutters in the dishwasher, they don't get along great. So let me show you this one. This is the wedding dress cookie cutter. And you could decorate this dress in so many different ways. And I'm going to show some of those ways within the next few weeks on my Instagram and Facebook. But here's the way that I teach you how to decorate it with the class that comes in the box. So that's the second one. The third one is the Mr. and Mrs. And again, it says Mr. and Mrs. on the side, the little flag. Oh my gosh, Deborah, you are so smart. The dress would make a perfect graduation tassel. That's a fabulous idea. I never even thought about that. Very good idea. So the Mr. and Mrs. plaque is right here. And you could do initials on this plaque. You could do a date on this plaque. Lots of different things. So that's the Mr. and Mrs. plaque. Next, this is my favorite one right here. It just says wedding set because it's a wedding set plaque. But you could use this for everything. So that's this one. I love this one. This is my favorite. I want to hear what your all's favorite is. That's this one. And so I show you how to do the design on the side. And then I'm going to do next week, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to use a projector to project letters onto cookies. So there's that one. Next, we have the champagne glass. And if you can tell what's on the champagne glass, thank you, Heather. I'm so glad. I love doing this box because I just love the colors. You can kind of see they're kind of the colors in my house. Can you all see in this room? Here is the champagne. Now, I created this so that there was a lot of room for the bow because there is a new technique that you can use that you can make. Let me start over. There's a new technique for making bows where you use a flat tip. I don't love doing that. I'll be perfectly honest. But if you have seen that and you enjoy doing that, there's plenty of room on here to do that. Personally, I think it's easier to just use a tipless bag and do a little double bow. But I show you how to do that. Excuse me, I'm drinking coffee. I show you how to do that. And again, you could use this for so many different sets. And I don't know if you all know, but bows are it this year. Bows, you'll see bows in everything. Real big bows that girls and women wear in their hair. Bows are going to be on everything. Next, I said that other one might be my favorite. I might change my mind. I think this one's my favorite. This is the car, and I'm going to show you two different ways that I decorated this. I love this one. I did it like this. Isn't this cute? I love this. The just married car, and I painted it gold and put the little bow on the back. You could also decorate this if you enjoy making florals. You could do this with flowers all around the back, which I think would be so cute. Heather, you've been seeing lots of bows. Yes, bows are the thing. Now let me show you. All ready to see how else I decorated? Look here. Isn't that cute? Because the other thing that's still really big is retro. So again, here is this one. Here is this one. Exactly the same cookie cutter. One's just retro and one's regular. I show you how to decorate this one in the box, and I'm going to post this one on my Instagram probably tomorrow. Thank you, Maria. So I've done the 6 large cookie cutters. Melinda, do you sell this cutter? So let me answer that question in case somebody else has that question real quickly, and then we'll go to the smaller cutters. Hold on one second. So I have a Cheerful Box subscription. And right now, if you go to cheerfulbaker.com, you will see you can either choose to get this box, and it's the box which has all the cookie cutters, the stencil, the step-by-step instruction, the list of supplies. You get that for $53.97, or you can save $10 by getting our subscription. And our subscription also comes with my Royal Icing 101 class. There's another picture with our Royal Icing 101 class, and my sugar cookie recipe, and my Royal Icing meringue powder recipe. So my sugar cookie recipe, my meringue powder recipe, because I make homemade meringue powder, and my my icing recipe. Should I say everything? You all, I'm completely distracted. I had technical difficulty in the very beginning. Maria, I'll answer your question just in just 1 second. Let me show you the mini cutters, because you also get 3 mini cutters right here. And I love the mini cutters. This is the first one, and it's just a little plaque. So I wrote the date on it. Again, I think this would be really cute with a puffy monogram like the C. Wouldn't that be cute on that little cookie? You could use this for everything. Next is this one right here, which is the mini flower cookie. And I show you how to create the little design on top, which is so simple once you know how to do it. Really simple way to make a super cute flower. And then last but not least, we have the bow. Now, what would be adorable, I think, is to put these together in a little bag and have these as bridal gifts for the bridal shower, groomsmen gifts. Put them in the room for the out-of-town guests, for them to have cookies. I mean, these are all things that you can sell to your all's brides. I think that would be so fun. So again, 6 large cookie cutters, 3 mini cookie cutters, a stencil, and the step-by-step tutorial. If you get the subscription, the Cheerful Box subscription, you also get my Royal Icing 101 class for free. And I sell that for, I think it's 20, how much is it? I don't remember right now. I have so many things going around in my brain. So you can buy that on its own, but you get it free with your subscription. Plus, the best thing is we have an amazing Facebook group, the Cheerful Cookie Club, and you become a member, and it's filled with wonderful men and women cookie decorators that are supportive, and we just have fun. And you can find your cookie bestie, because when you're decorating cookies, you need a cookie bestie. I mean, mine is Fressia Malone and Sweet Treat Therapy, and she's the best. And I run almost every idea that I do past her. And she gets it because she does the same thing. So again, I'm just going to show you all the cutters, and then I want you to post which ones you like the best. Okay. Here's the bride to be, the cutter with the stencil. Here's the plaque right here. Here's the wedding dress, or like Deborah said, you could make that into the cutest graduation tassel. Here is the champagne glass. Here is the banner. Here's my favorite, the car. And then the minis. This one, and this one. So what is your favorite cookie cutter? Heather says, I love that you get so many cutters and things in the box. Thank you, Heather. And let me tell you, if you're new to watching me, one reason that I did this is because when I started decorating cookies, I've been decorating cookies probably 9 years now. It was really hard for me to know what cookie sets to put together. I mean, I would look on the computer and I would pick one. And then I thought, I have no idea what else to pick. And so when someone would ask me to make a wedding set, we'll use that as an example. They always would have the colors they wanted, but they want you to be the expert to design a set. And I did not feel competent to do that. And so that would take me hours. I want to save you all that time. You already have a set. All you have to do is change the colors to match whatever colors the wedding party wants. It makes cookie decorating super easy. Plus, you don't have to search for the tutorial. I would buy a cookie cutter and not have any clue how to decorate the cookie, or I would watch the tutorial and not know where to buy the cookie cutter. So we try and make this really, really easy for you all. So Carolyn likes the car plaque, or the car the best. Deborah likes the plaque. Heather got to be the car and the small cutters. Awesome. Now, Maria has a question, so let's put that on here. This week, every day, I talked about the ingredients that went into cookies. And so I'm going to continue that conversation now. I was going to only do that today. I've been going live every day at 1. I plan on doing the same thing next week. But today was my sweet mother's birthday, and we went out to lunch, so I couldn't be on here at 1. But I wanted to share the box, so I thought I would do that too. So you can go look on my page. The first day I talked all about butter, why it's important, what types of butter to use. The second day I did a tutorial. The third day I talked all about flour, which is so important. It's the building block for your cookie recipe. So you can either watch the video, or you can go on to cheerfulbaker.com and go to the blog section, and you can read the blog, which tells you all about flour and all about butter. But let's answer this question for Maria. I have a question about swapping out brown sugar for white sugar. Maybe at the end you can answer it. Is the measurement 1-for-1? You've already changed the way I mix my cookie dough this week. Maria, that makes me so happy. I want to know how you change it. Okay, here's my take on brown sugar. And I'm not an expert. But I have done, I do not have a culinary degree. I'm a mom with a cookie business who loves to bake. And when I was on the Christmas cookie challenge, I had to create my own recipes. So that's when I learned all about the science of baking and figured out a lot of things. So brown sugar and white sugar, if you take out all of your white sugar and add all brown sugar, my experience is your cookie is going to be a little bit drier. That's just my personal experience. You might not find that experience. If you take all your brown sugar out and white sugar, I think you might have some spreading in your cookie. Again, I don't know the science behind that, but what I do know is when I started doing half and half sugar, like my recipe called for 2 cups of sugar. So I would actually not 2 cups of sugar. How much does it have? I got to think for 1 second. 2, is that right? I always make quadruple the amount. Anyway, we'll say it was 2 cups of sugar. I would put in half and half, and that seemed to get the right amount of sugar, but sort of the flavor from the brown sugar. I would just recommend playing around with that because it depends on what other ingredients you have in your repertoire, in your cookie recipe. So let's say you add brown sugar. We'll see how much you all were listening this week. Let's say you have a cookie recipe and you add brown sugar in and your cookies are dry. Does anybody know what you maybe could do for that cookie? Any ideas? We'll wait for a moment, see if anybody has a guess. Maria, I creamed the butter and sugar till fluffy and light. I'm glad to hear that. what you could do is maybe add in an egg white. That's a good thing to do, or an egg yolk. The egg white will probably make your cookie a little fluffier. The egg white will make it richer. So I would just recommend kind of changing, just experiment. That's what's really fun about recipe development, experimenting a little bit and finding a taste tester. For me, that was my husband and my neighbors. They loved it when I bring cookies over. I have never added milk to a recipe. I don't know how that would work, but an egg, Heather, yes, an egg, or you could decrease the amount of flour in your recipe. So I would say just play around with it. Now, I'm just going to share with you just for a minute, because my goal with these lives was not to be on very long, because you all have things to do. So just for a few minutes, I'm going to talk about how I make my sugar cookie recipe, and why I do it this way is time saving. So once I hate making sugar cookie dough. I don't enjoy it at all. In fact, if I could hire someone to just do that for me, I would do that. I can't stand it. It makes my kitchen a mess. It's not the fun part. I like the fun part, right? I like the decorating of the cookies. I don't want to make, occasionally my husband will make it because he knows how to make it. I've taught him well. I need to teach my son how to make it. That might be a good idea. So I make it once a month. Once a month, I get all my ingredients that I've prepped ahead of time, and I'm going to tell you that in a minute. And I make quadruple, or sometimes 8 times the amount of sugar cookie dough that would go into one recipe, meaning I can make 24 cookies with it. I make it all at once. I put it in freezer bags, these huge freezer bags that I get. I put it out very flat. I put the date on it. I stick it in the freezer. That way my kitchen is only getting dirty once a month. Now, another thing that I do is, let's say tomorrow I'm going to make sugar cookie dough, which I am, because I have to make some cookies for Sunday for a Galentine's event. So tomorrow, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 4 big batches of sugar cookie dough. While I do that, I'm going to have extra bowls. I have lots of bowls. And I'm going to measure out the amount that I need for an additional recipe. So for instance, let's say my sugar cookie recipe takes 2 cups of brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar. I'm going to measure out an extra 2 cups of brown sugar and 1 cup of white sugar and put that in either a Ziploc bag or a very inexpensive container that I usually get at the dollar store. I have a piece of tape on the top that I write on what is in there, and I keep that in my pantry. The same thing for the flour. I will mix my flour, my baking powder, and my salt for my recipe. Then I'll mix another batch because I weigh my flour out, so I want to do it all at one time. I will put that in a either a plastic container. I like those because you can stack them, or I'll put it in a zippered bag. But I prefer the plastic container. And then again, I'll write on top of it exactly how much is in there. Then if in the middle of the month I have run out of dough, I don't have to weigh and measure all that stuff again. I have it in my pantry. Easy, ready to go, all measured. All I have to do is add the eggs, add the butter, and add the vanilla. Super, super easy. So I would highly recommend that. That has made me say yes to an order more times than I can tell you. If someone contacts me and says, can you make me an order next week? And I am super busy, but I feel sorry for them and I want to fill that order. If I either have cookie dough in the freezer or I have the ingredients in containers all ready to mix up, then I'm more likely to say yes. So that is my hopefully great idea for you all for making your dough. Heather, thank you so much for saying that. What makes me happy is knowing that you all are gaining, knowledge from this. Let's see, else can I tell you about sugar cookie dough? When I put it in my container, like my bags, I smush it not completely flat. I make it thicker than what I'm going to roll, because when I try and roll it as thin, it's always too thin. So I make it a little bit thicker, and then I just have to roll it a little bit. What about substituting powdered sugar or half powdered sugar? I have never done that. Powdered sugar is super, super fine. I really don't know how that would, what that would do in your cookies. If you do that, come back, post it on my page. I would love to know. The only things I've ever done is with granulated sugar and brown sugar. I've never used powdered sugar in a cookie recipe. The other thing I wanted to share about cookie dough is I use this system called the Easy Roll system. Try it, Melinda. I mean, and I keep saying that's what's fun, but that is what's fun about baking. You can try something. I'm trying to look this up so I can show you all. You can try something and you might create the most delicious recipe that you have ever had. Okay, it's called the Dough Easy, and let me show you here on Amazon so you can see what it is. I had to look it up first. Let's see. Present. And I don't get any money or anything for this, just so y'all know. Well, I guess I would if you use my Amazon link, but I love the lady who developed this, and I just really could not make cookies without it. It's right here. It's a large silicone pastry mat. And the thing I love about it is it's double layers. So what you do is you put your cookie on here, your cookie dough, and then these red long things, they are about 1/4 of an inch thick. So that's how I use those to roll my dough. So I will put one on either side of my dough, and then I will put the other part on top, and then I will roll it in between these two sticks. And that way, then when I lift this little top flap up, the cookie dough that I have is exactly the same thickness. I love this thing. Here, let me see if I can get you all a link, and I'll put it in here. Do any of you all use that? It's the best thing ever. I really could not make cookie dough without it. So let's see. We talked about cookie. You can, people say, how long can you store cookie dough? I do not know the answer to that. I'm sure that you could look that up and find, the recommended storage times. I make so many cookies that I don't store my dough for more than a couple weeks in the freezer, because I use it. I use dough. I make a lot of cookies. But you could look that up. Let's see. Any other things about cookie dough? Oh, you can also freeze cookies, undecorated cookies. Sometimes I'll do that. I have a print, one of those printers. What's it called? I have an Eddie printer. I'm very thankful for that. I don't use it very often. I need to start using it. But I will sometimes, if I have extra cookie dough, I will make round cookies, and then I will put them in a freezer safe bag, and then actually put them in another container and put them in my freezer. That way I can use those if I have an order that is to be used for the Eddie. In fact, I'm going to make these really fun Taylor Swift cookies for the Super Bowl, and I wish that I had some frozen circles. I don't, so I'm going to be making those. Maria said, I have something similar from Bobby's Cutters. They are purple sticks, and she has various thicknesses. The sticks are the best. I love them, but I really love the mat. You don't have to use parchment paper. You don't have to use excess flour. It's just really, really good. So do y'all have any questions about cookie dough? Next week, I'm going to go live every day again. This is fun. And next week, I can't decide. I'm either going to talk about icing next week. I don't think I'm going to do icing next week. I think next week I'm going to do tools of the trade. And then I think the week after that, I might do icing. I haven't decided yet. But if you all have any topics that you would like to hear about, please put them in the comments so I will know, because really, I want this to help you all. And if I know the things you're interested in, those are the things that I can talk about. So don't forget to go to cheerfulbaker.com, check out the Cheerful Box. And then I also have lots of cookie cutters on there. And I guess that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. My plan is to go live again tomorrow. And what am I going to talk about tomorrow? I really don't remember. Let's look and see what I said I was going to talk about tomorrow. You all have a bad memory. I have the worst. Let me look back and see what tomorrow's schedule is. Oh, tomorrow, cookie dough and cookie storage. But we did that today already. So maybe I'll just take tomorrow off. What do y'all think? Because I already talked about cookie dough and cookie storage. And really, I have to make a ton of cookies tomorrow. So maybe I'll just make the cookies. But again, you're so welcome, Karen. And if you have any, you have upped my game on cookies by saying apply, Lori. That is so important. I had a cookie class last night. I love cookie classes. They are so much fun. They're my absolute favorite thing to do. And the thing I always say so often is add more icing. Add more icing. Because if you don't have that nice puff on top of your cookie, 9 times out of 10, it's just because you don't have enough icing on it. So you all have a great night. I'm getting ready to do something super fun with my sister-in-law tonight. I cannot wait. And I appreciate you all so much. And I guess that's it for tonight. Today's my mom's birthday. So you all can wish my mom a happy birthday. She's beautiful. She is, you would never believe her age. She looks so good. Thank you so much, Learning So Much. Love how you instruct and teach. You make it so easy. Heather, thank you. I used to be a kindergarten teacher and an elementary art teacher, so I learned how to break things down really easily. All righty. See y'all later. Bye.